A ton of you asked me to do a video all about DohVinci, so that's what you're gonna see today. This video is about the DohVinci Anywhere Art Studio. This is what it looks like right here, and it comes with 4 different colors of dough, which totally isn't enough, but you can buy refills. Some of the colors that came in the refill packs were already in this kit, so I have some doubles. My mom actually ordered this for me and she got it from the Bed Bath & Beyond website. I don't know exactly how much it was. I can put that information in the description box, but I believe it was around $20 before shipping and handling. This plastic case is actually storage, so you can store the dough in it when you're not using the colors, and you can put the gun on the other side, and you can also put your pictures inside or maybe pieces of paper. You can't really fit much in this case, so you can't put extra things inside. It just won't fit and then it won't close. But once it is closed up, it has a nice little handle at the top and you can carry it around. One of my first thoughts when I opened this though is that the boards would be a little bit bigger. They just looked really tiny when I first saw them. That's just my opinion. I thought they'd be about the size of the outside of the carrying case. And of course on the outside it's kind of like an easel, so you can actually lay your pieces of canvas on there or pieces of paper, whatever you're using, and you can doodle on it. Growing up, I really enjoyed playing with Play-Doh. I had a Sesame Street kit. That's the first one that I remember. It was pretty exciting when I found out that DohVinci is actually made by the same company, so they have high standards to live up to. Now you're gonna see me trying this kit for the very first time. I've never done this before, and I didn't want to read the directions just to see how easy it would be to pick it up on my own and figure it out that way. So here you can see me loading the gun, which is really super easy. I think just about anyone could do this. My first attempt at this was pretty much a failure. I had a lot of trouble getting it to stick, and I wasn't very good at getting it to trace the little lines that are on there. But the good thing about this is you can wipe it off and try again, and it doesn't really waste that much dough when you're just doing little thin lines like this. After reading the directions, I figured out that you have to push down when you're doing this. So push the tip against the board when you are squirting the dough out onto it. So that worked a lot better, but I do still think that this is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I thought it would be easy breezy to just trace everything and draw your lines, but it takes a little bit of practice and skill to do this and get it the way that you want it to be. I'm kind of picky and very particular about the way my artwork looks, so for me, I was probably just overdoing it and not letting go enough. I guess I was just too focused on making it perfect, quote unquote, because I didn't want to see any of those tracey lines after I had covered them, or else I would wipe it off and do it again. That's just how I am. But seriously, doing the swirls was kind of difficult, and you might have to practice it a couple times to get it the way that you want it to look. Another plus about this is that it's really easy to switch colors mid-project, so switching from green to yellow to pink to whatever color you want is so simple. Just remember to put the lid back on your dough when you're not using it. By the time I got to the purple, I felt a little bit more confident with what I was doing, and it just seemed to flow more easily. So one of the colors, and I don't know if it was from the Anywhere Art Studio or the refill pack that I got because I have 2 of the same ones, but this kind of neon orangey hot magenta pinkish color, it was more dry than the other doughs, so it just was not sticking to the board even when I pushed the tip against it. So I pretty much got a dud container of dough. Not cool, but at least I had a double. And here you can see, even with all the times that I messed up and redid my lines, this is all the dough that came off of that board. And I'm just gonna dry it out for the heck of it. And then I started on my second board. This one turned out pretty cool. I like all the different colors and dots that are on it. And ladybugs are really cute. Now I'm working on one of the blank pieces that came with the kit. I'm making a bow. And I'm kind of wearing a bow shirt right now, so that's probably no surprise. But for this one, I went really heavy with the dough, and I found out that this stuff runs out really quickly when you're just using one color for the main part of the design. So that is one downfall about this product. If you have the money, it's really easy to buy refills, but if you don't, I mean, you're gonna be really bored really quickly because you're gonna be out of dough. If any of you are kind of nervous about trying this because you don't really do artsy things and, you know, you think that you're gonna mess it up or not be able to do it because I struggled, so maybe you'll struggle. Well, here is a clip of my boyfriend trying this for the very first time. I think he actually did better than I did because I told him actually like to push it down when he did it. But he is super good at this. I think he's just a natural. I don't think that he took any of the dough off. I think he just did it all in one try. Here's his completed board, and then I put it next to the first one that I did as well. As for drying time, it took overnight for most of these, but the bow one took about 2 nights because of the thick amounts of dough on the board. And my voice sounds different because I'm really stuffed up and sniffly right now. I've been sneezing a lot, but I feel okay, knock on wood. If you live in a really humid area, then it might not dry quickly, and it might never dry completely if there's just so much moisture in the air in your house, outside, you know, coming through the windows, any of that. But I don't know which areas would have that problem. I live in Ohio, if that's any indicator to drying times, but it really doesn't take that long, and after a couple hours you can feel it start to get a little thick layer on the outside. Also, this stuff doesn't salt when it dries and it doesn't crack, so that is a plus. So I actually did this board a couple of weeks ago, maybe close to 3 weeks now. Everything's still on the board. Unless you're bending it or being really rough with it, you don't really have to worry about the dough chipping off. So you can display this on a wall or like lean it up against something on your desk or whatever. When it dries, the dough does shrink a little bit, so I kind of didn't like the fact that some of the lines reappeared that I covered. My thoughts about the carrying case, I wish it was a little bit bigger. I know I say that about everything, like this needs to be bigger, there needs to be more boards, there needs to be more dough, but I get bored with limited variety of colors. I would love to buy this kit with like 8 colors instead of 4, or at least 6 colors. That would be pretty cool. This only holds 7 colors of dough, so if you do buy one of the refill kits, you already have a straggler dough that you can't put in the box even because it won't shut. So that's one little minor issue, but it's not a big deal. You can just carry an extra container around with you if you're traveling, I guess, like a sandwich bag even. And it's okay that there's only 5 boards with this kit because you can use this dough on other things, you know, if you do have enough left. It says on here that you can try your designs on wood, cardboard, duct tape, paper, and more. I think trying it on a paper mache box would be pretty cool. I have this heart one. Also, decorating wooden shapes or picture frames might be cool too. I'm gonna compare a little bit of this to actual Play-Doh. There we go. Just trying to squeeze a little bit out. Oof. This is another reason I think that Craig had an easier time than I did at first, because my hands and wrists are pretty weak, I'm not gonna lie. My arms are just not not at all. So I forgot to mention earlier that younger kids might have a little bit of difficulty squeezing this out easily. And it just depends on how mushy or hard the dough is. And if you do have a hard case of dough, it's not going to stick anyway. Getting back to the point, it was a little bit of a workout for my hands. Little kids might even be stronger than me, so I don't know. It just depends. But I don't think it will be too much of a struggle, just maybe a little bit. The first time I felt this, I thought it felt pretty similar to Play-Doh, but just a little bit more sticky and moist. So that probably is just so it can stick to the board. Excuse my chipping nail polish. I had a choice between filming today or doing my nails because my sunlight would have gone down. And there's some stuck in my nail. What the heck? Wait. Anyway, here's the DohVinci dough and here is the Play-Doh dough. You can just tell this is more squishy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it was maybe helpful for some of you thinking about whether or not to purchase the product. Personally, I think it was a lot of fun. It's something that could occupy me for quite a while, especially if I had all the colors. But it's definitely more for fun than for display because I don't think the dough is going to last forever on the boards. I think at some point it's going to chip off just if you accidentally bump into it or something one day. I'm distracted by the Play-Doh. I definitely think that when I was a kid I would have enjoyed this a lot and it would have been tons of fun for me. Even though it probably wouldn't have lasted me a long time because my family wouldn't have been able to buy me all the color refill packs all the time. I need to focus. All this is 100% my opinion. I'm not being paid or sponsored by Play-Doh and no one's telling me to say anything to like persuade you guys to go out and buy it. But yeah, I keep just squeezing Play-Doh. If there's any information that I missed, just go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section below. You can ask me a question about it. You can let me know your experience with the product and maybe what other materials you have tried on and what you like using it on. Like, I think I saw someone on my Instagram with the hashtag SoCraftastic. I was looking through my pictures. I like doing that. And I saw, I think, someone put it on a mason jar. That was pretty cool. I don't know if it will stay on glass very long, but it looked cool. This is probably a long video, and I'm sorry. I just have a lot of information just to share, and I feel like leaving anything out would be a disappointment. Anyway, if you do enjoy my videos and you're into DIYs, stay tuned for my Friday video. I'm gonna have a new tutorial then, and coming up in a couple weeks probably, I'll have this product called the So Cool. I've never tried this, so I'm gonna try it out on camera and let you guys know what I think of it. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Check out all my links in the description box below, and I'll see you Friday, hopefully. Bye! This is really bright. Leo, are you tired? He's like, duh. Alright, I'll take the camera out of your face. Good night.